Hey, what's going down? It's Houston Hughes here. So last week I told you guys that I picked myself up the Sony ZV-E10. And it comes with a kit lens on it, which the kit lens is okay, don't get me wrong. I showed you guys some pictures in the last video that I took with it downtown here in Beaumont. And the pictures came out really great. So nothing to complain with the kit lens really. I mean, yes, it's limited and low light and everything. But I needed some other lenses and I didn't want to break the bank. So I said, Ronnie, what are you going to do about this? Well, I'll tell you what the fuck I'm going to do. I'm going to go searching for solutions. Because I'm not going to pay $1,000 for a lens. Can't bring myself to do it right now. So I ran out and I said, you know what? I'm going to get me a 50 millimeter, the Nifty 50. And so I grabbed the TT Artisan 50 millimeter f2. If you can see that there. And this thing right here feels amazing. I will tell you that. The moment I took it out of the box, I was like, wow. So, for example, let's take a listen here. This is the kit lens that comes on the ZV-E10. You can hear it's a plastic lens. The lens is made out of plastic. Now, let's take out the TT Artisan. I don't know if you can hear that, but that's an aluminum housing on this. And we get the front metal lens cap. So let's go ahead and put this thing on. I took some product photos with this, and I'll post those either here or somewhere up over my shoulder to give you guys an idea of what this 50 millimeter does. I can't really shoot with it in my office though because of the focal length on this. And this does come with both the front and the rear cap on it, and it'll fit any of the Sony E-mount cameras. So if you have other Sonys, this will go from the ZV-E10 to the A7 III, you know. So another one of the coolest things I think. So on my Nikons, if I'm trying to drop down my, or even with this kit lens here, if I'm trying to drop down my aperture, I have to go through my settings to do it. But here, so this is a fixed focal length and a manual focus. So, but here on the front, I don't know if you can see that or not, but you can adjust your aperture right here. So it's got an aperture ring right here. So I can go f4 or I can decide to go straight down to f2. And that, to me, that is so helpful, especially if you're shooting on the fly. I can be like, okay, you know what? Let's darken this up. Let's brighten it up. Let's let more light in. Let's let less light in. However you want to do it. But this lens has been absolutely phenomenal. Aluminum housing. It's got the metal front cap, like I said. There you go. You can kind of hear it better this way. Let's see if I tap my ring on there. Yeah, you can see it doesn't sound so plasticky like this. So shame on Sony for sending out a kit lens that is just a plastic housing. If this gets dropped, the kit lens, you're done. If this hits a hard surface, it's done. Now, if the TT Artisan hits a hard surface, I feel sorry for the hard surface. So, but yeah, this has been a really fun lens so far to shoot with. Getting used to the manual focus kind of gets you to be more creative, but it also allows me to dial in the focus. So if I want it a little out of focus, I can do that. And I also like the fact that this lens gives me kind of a vintage look, just a slight vintage look to my photos, and it feels like it stands out from other cameras. So I like a vintage look, and so far this camera with this lens gives me that look, especially some that'll show you from the snow that we got here. And not just a little snow here in Southeast Texas. I'm talking, we usually have a winter where once a month, we might have to put on a hoodie or a jacket, but we just got 9 inches of snow. I woke up with a blizzard warning the other morning. I was like, what world is this that we are in Southeast Texas and there is a blizzard warning? It was crazy. And I wake up and I'm like, my car is covered in snow. I feel like I'm back in Colorado. I'm loving it. And then I find out there ain't no hills. There ain't nothing here to go sliding down, no snowboarding, no skiing, no nothing. So I said, I think this is a sign from the heavens that that me and my wife need to take our ass back to Colorado. So anyways, the lens is great. Everything is perfect. Less than $70 for this thing, and I think it is well worth every money. the center, or the center is sharp. Now towards the edges, it gets a little out of focus, I guess, but it's natural. I want my center to be focused. Anyways, I love this, especially for portraits. And the best thing to do though is, it's very hard to do this on just doing handheld. Everything I have done so far has been handheld with it, but you're gonna want a tripod, because you're gonna want this sucker to be as sturdy as you can get it. So you can sit there and adjust that focus and everything will stay put, and you can click it and there's gonna be no movement like this, so there won't be no blur or anything in there. So once again, a great buy. It's a TT Artisans F2. Like I said, paid less than 70 bucks for it, and it's been a great lens. Keep in mind though, manual focus. It's got your manual aperture adjustment right here on the front, the aperture wheel. But altogether, you can't go wrong with this lens. And you can't go wrong with any of TT Artisans lens, really. Everything I've read about them have been great, so I had no trouble pulling the trigger on this one here and getting it. I have a 35 millimeter on its way. I can't wait to get it, see if it's the focal length is a little better for me to film in here, because right now with the 50 I can't film in here. I have to put the kit lens back on and drop it down some, so that focal length is a little better for my office here, I guess you could say. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. I'm not trying to say I'm a professional. I'm trying to say I've been doing this for 10 years, but I don't use all the technical terms and all that. I know I pick up my camera and I shoot, and I love that. So, and I share what I know with you guys when I can, and I appreciate every one of y'all that watch. So we'll have when I get that 35 millimeter, once a week I'll post about different camera products that I bought, that's on its way, because I don't want to just all of a sudden turn this into a camera channel. You know, I'm a serial hobbyist. I mean, I collect CDs, tapes, vinyl, sports cards, Funko, and another hobby is a passion hobby that turned to a job is photography and filmmaking. So something I love doing. It gets me out of any kind of negative headspace I'm in. I know I can focus with my camera, be creative, and just clear out the rest of the day. And that's why I like doing it. I don't come on here to be one of those people that claims to know every single technical term, and all they want to do is fucking show off. Oh, did you know you can do this and this button, go to the back menu and hack it and do, fuck off. I just want to grab my camera and go shoot. And that's what I do. Once again, I'm Houston Hughes. Until next time, I'm out.